Hi, this is Jeff from Airstream Nerds. Today I'm going to talk about this new car alarm product I found by this company Technaxx out of Germany. It is unique in that it plugs into your cigarette lighter in your vehicle. At the same time, I bought a USB adapter because I do not have cigarette lighter plugs in my Airstream. When I get back, we're going to open these things up, and we're going to take a look at them, talk about them, and see how they work.
Airstream song, cruising to the campsite singing our song. Airstream song, we are the Airstream Nerds.
All right, as you guys know, I have, over the past couple of years, posted a couple of different items for security for our Airstreams. And both of those other devices required some sort of subscription. This, however, does not. It is a motion detector that plugs into your vehicle, has an internal battery, so it's plugged in and it's charging. So therefore, vehicles that don't have, like when my truck gets shut off, the cigarette lighter stays working. So this would be powered on all the time. But in some vehicles, the cigarette lighters do not work. So when you plug this in and you shut your car off, this thing wouldn't work. So they've overcome that by having an internal battery. Pretty simple. It runs on the internal battery, but to turn it off, when you approach your vehicle, you press the alarm button on your keychain, and that shuts it off. So in my Airstream, I do not have 12 volts. I know some are 12 volt outlets, cigarette outlets, so to speak. I know in some of the older models, they have those in there. So in that case, it would work without needing some sort of an adapter. But in mine, I already have the USB plug extension on my nightstand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this thing in. I'm going to set it on my nightstand, facing out, which I'll show you here in a few. I'm going to have this thing facing out, and I'm going to have this plugged in just into the nightstand plug, and it's going to sit like that. Therefore, anybody that walks into the vehicle will get hit with a loud alarm. Now, this is the first I've opened this, and there is a plastic tab to keep the battery from dying in the package. It does not appear that this thing comes with any type of charge in it. Okay, so I have it charging right now. As you can see, the light on the end of it lights up and lets you know it's charging. This USB thing also has a red light to let me know that it's working. When I first plugged it in, for the first time, this thing beeped, and then I hit this button and it beeps 4 times because you have to pair the remote with the alarm. This is what it sounds like. So now it's armed. It's 110 decibels. It's pretty loud. My dogs don't like it either, as you can hear them barking in the background. So I'm gonna let this thing charge for 3 or 4 hours. Then we're gonna take it out in the camper and see how it works. Here we are out in my Airstream, and I don't know, a couple years back I installed this Tron power strip. Basically, it's 2 outlets and a bunch of USB ports, as opposed to the USB ports that are on the side here because they kept getting broke from pillows and things like that. So I added that. Therefore, I can keep this thing plugged in. Sitting at home, we are always plugged in, so we have power. So the idea behind this thing is it's a motion detector, and when I turn it on, I have about 5 seconds to get out of its motion detection range. So let's go ahead and try it. So it's on now, and let's see how much motion it takes to set it off. Well, that's pretty loud. And I got basically just in the door on the way to the bedroom. Now let's go ahead and set it off and then go outside and see what it sounds like. So it's not very loud outside. But you can hear it. But it's pretty loud in here. Alright, so we'll cut it off. So next up, I'm going to plug it in right by the door here. I'll be right back after I get it hooked up. So I have it hooked up here. I have it sitting here facing the door. Now that's the same other Tron power strip thing that I have in the back. I just have a second one that we set on the table when we're camping. So have it set here. I'm going to arm it and close the door. Or I'll close the door. Now it's armed. So I'm waving in front of the window and everything. I normally leave the curtains closed most of the way. It's not catching anything through the windows, which is good. But I would imagine as soon as they open the door, it cuts off. That's pretty good. It's a good spot for in here. This Technaxx car alarm is kind of cool. If you're looking for something that is immediate, just something to scare a possible person off, or maybe you sleep in the back of the camper, you don't have pets or anything like that, because I'm afraid if you have the thing sitting here and the dog comes over in the middle of the night, or the cat or whatever's hopping around, it would set it off at night. But if you're concerned about someone getting in quietly while you're asleep at night, this would be a great device to set by your door. Have the remote back by the nightstand in the back of or the front, depending on which direction your bed is in. It would give it a nice sense of security, I guess, in a campground. Should someone be able to jimmy the lock while you're asleep and get in and steal stuff or harm you or something like that. This would work great for that. Definitely needs to be pointing towards the door, as you saw with it back there. It's not really a device in your camper that's going to alert the neighbors. It's going to alert you. It's certainly a great deterrent for that, because if I'm a thief and I'm breaking into a camper and this thing goes off, I'm running. May not be for this type of camper, but some of the big fifth wheels that there's a bedroom up a steps or something where an intruder could come into the camper and root around quietly in the common areas, as opposed to the bedroom where you might be sleeping behind a closed door and not feel someone moving around or anything like that. This camper would be kind of tricky to be able to really get to anything except a quick smash and grab type thing. I do like it. I think it has its definite uses. It's by a company, Technaxx, out of Germany, like I said earlier. It's not very expensive. The good thing about this, there's no subscription, there's no plan, there's no app or anything. It's straight battery-powered remote and an internal battery-powered device. I think for those of us who do not have 12-volt plugs like this device here, which I'm going to put a link below, is a great addition to this little package. It allows you to charge it, plug it, keep it charged, keep it plugged in, so you don't have to worry about the battery portion of it to use it. The battery lasts about 4 to 6 hours on its own when it's armed. The alarm will go off for 2 minutes, so there is that. And if you wanted to use this in your personal vehicle, you could definitely plug this in and at the same time plug in your dash cam or whatever else that you're using that may possibly need USB. It has two 1 volt or 1 amp plugs on the outside of this. That is pretty cool. Definitely has its uses. I can see a lot of uses for it. Hit the like button, subscribe. Again, I'm going to put the link to this and the USB extender below. Leave your comments. This is Jeff from Airstream Nerds, and I'll see you on the next trip.